right, welcome to the show, episode number 28 of the Back and Forth. I'm your man Dollar Bilsko right here, broadcasting live from Tennessee. What's up to my co-host GetMo?
What it do? What it do? We back at it again.
All right, if you can't lean in a little bit, so I can make sure you're picking up.
Mic check.
All right, cool. There we go. Check it up a little bit more over here. All right, cool. All right, so as everyone knows who's been watching the show, you know how the premise goes. We go through clips, mainly YouTube shorts, and we just have our back and forth discussion, our so-called punditry on them, and pretty much is how it is. All right, so let's get into this first clip. This first clip is called Wrongful Conviction. Check it out.
This court grants defendant's motion.
Anthony Broadwater was arrested by Syracuse police in 1981 and charged with raping Alice Sebold, who is now the famous author of The Lovely Bones. Alice Sebold was sexually assaulted at the age of 18, and 5 months later, when she saw the 20-year-old Broadwater on the street, she was certain he was the person who raped her. A few weeks later, in a police lineup, she picked another guy and couldn't tell the difference between him and Broadwater, but prosecutors pushed to indict Broadwater anyway. He was wrongly convicted and served 16 years in prison until Anthony Mucciante, a movie producer who was being fired from a film adaptation of Alice Sebold's memoir, became suspicious of the case and hired a private investigator. He stirred up an investigation that eventually brought Broadwater's case back into court. Broadwater was finally exonerated in 2021. Sebold said in a statement, "I want to say that I am truly sorry to Anthony Broadwater, and I deeply regret what you have been through."
That was her statement?
I think so.
Well, all I know is wrongful conviction shit happens in America a lot.
I agree.
Now, when they showed the first image, when they said that she picked another guy in the lineup and they circled him, where they were just showing him as just, well, this the guy that she picked, and then but they end up sticking with the guy that they wanted him to be arrested. Let me rephrase this. If you watch this again,
Right.
Let me play it again. I'm gonna see something.
This court grants defendant's motion.
Anthony Broadwater was arrested by Syracuse police in 1981 and charged with raping Alice Sebold, who is now the famous author of The Lovely Bones. Alice Sebold was sexually assaulted at the age of 18, and 5 months later, when she saw the 20-year-old Broadwater on the street, she was certain he was the person who raped her. A few weeks later, in a police lineup, she picked another guy and couldn't tell the difference.
Right there. When they said she picked another guy and could tell the difference. Now,
Right.
I know that they was like saying on so many words, okay, we know you picked him, but we want this other guy to be arrested. But what if he was the actual guy?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. So y'all done not only wrongfully convicted one man, y'all let the rapist back on the street for many years to come. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, how would... I mean, he may be innocent, but I'm saying at the same time, it's 5 years later.
Yeah.
And sometimes in these situations, not everyone's memory is sharp as it
Once was.
once was,
Right.
especially trying to recall something as tragic as like that night.
Right, but they just had to get somebody. We getting somebody
I
at this
know.
point. Every nigga look alike, right? We getting somebody.
Damn, dude.
Right.
Damn. Okay, let me finish playing it.
Between him and Broadwater, but prosecutors pushed to indict Broadwater anyway. He was wrongly convicted and served 16 years in prison until Anthony Mucciante, a movie producer who was being fired from a film adaptation of Alice Sebold's memoir, became suspicious of the case and hired a private investigator. He stirred up an investigation that eventually brought Broadwater's case back into court. Broadwater was finally exonerated in 2021. Sebold said in a statement, "I want to say that I am truly sorry to Anthony Broadwater, and I deeply regret what you have been through."
Okay, so that was him hugging her.
I guess.
All right, yeah, that was him hugging her, and that was her statement. So my thing is, was there any financial restitution? Did he get any fucking money?
That's what I was thinking. And you made the movie, or helped make the movie, The Lovely Bones.
Like that, right? Yeah,
Right.
right.
Give him a percentage of that.
Right.
Because y'all put that man in jail for 16 years and he getting a what? An award for attendance out this motherfucker? I mean, come on now.
And thank goodness for the producer who was working on that shit, on her shit. But all the time, I guess in the back of his mind, he
Did
was
the
suspicious
did the
anyways.
backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, I guess when he got fired, he was like, you know what? Let me look into this shit you fucking with.
Right.
Thank goodness for him.
Right.
So it worked. It worked out. It worked out.
Nigga.
All right. Here's a clip from PB the King. Shout out to PB the King. This clip is, I guess, Ozarks. You were telling me about this?
Yeah,
Ozarks,
yeah.
like the kid in the class.
Yeah.
All right. Check this out, y'all.
You don't think it's important to say no to drugs and alcohol?
Well, it's just not that simple.
How is it not that simple? Drugs are addictive. They cause crime and death.
And they also prop up the U.S. economy.
I said quiet. What are you talking about?
Wait, are you familiar with gross domestic product? It's the total of all the money
I
spent
know
on
what
good.
gross domestic product is.
I mean, I'd definitely sign something that says it'd be great if people didn't get addicted to drugs, but people are addicted to drugs, and in order to get the drugs, they have to buy them, right? And that drug dealer has to feed his family. They're innocent. They can't starve, can they?
Jonah, how about we just...
They need a
sign the
house
paper?
and clothes, and the family needs a car. There's even this theory that says drug money was the only thing that prevented the collapse of the global economy in 2008.
Wow. That I didn't know. That's true. I didn't know that.
Mm.
No.
So, for everybody saying, man, I'm just trying to get me a bag. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're making it where everything is becoming more legalized? I think the country getting broke. To be honest, think about it. They think about legalizing prostitution.
Whoa.
Yeah, in some states,
Okay.
like streetwalkers,
Yeah.
they gonna legalize that. They talking about that. They talking about legalizing marijuana. This is stuff that they tired of not being able to tax. Hey man, just let me go on and get some of that money, man. let me get some, bro. You know what I mean?
You said that.
The government
you
is
said
like,
that, you was in the room and, hey man, this shit that they tired of getting, not being able to.
right. They tired of that shit. So they like just go on and make that shit like illegal.
Right.
So we can get some I-9s out this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you know, handle
That-
your own
dude, that makes
business.
perfect sense.
You see what I'm saying? Let me come. You ain't even got to worry about weed no more. Harder drugs, yeah, we gonna tend to that later.
Right.
But I'll let y'all have weed because I know y'all gonna smoke that shit. So okay, let me start opening up dispensaries, different states, all this THC, point A, B, C, D, you name it,
Right.
Delta 9, Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all now you getting taxes. Even if you go to the store, think about if you go to Habib's store,
Right.
they got the little THC gummies and shit sitting out now.
Yeah.
But when you scan it at their store, you getting taxed on that shit. You getting taxed on that shit.
You're right.
So
That's the back door to the taxing of that.
right. If they said, think about it. You see the little gummies and shit they be having THC this and this that.
Yeah.
If you buy them at that store, the cartridges now, if you buy them at that store, they taxing all that stuff that's basically breaking through the little, breaking down a little barrier to go on and push it, to go on and be legal. Watch.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how Lil Shorty was dropping some jewels, but when you really look into it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Country.
what you just said really makes sense. These people
Country getting
kinda
broke.
get fed up with tired of
Right.
not being able to tax this stuff.
Right.
So they found a way to. They finally came up with.
They're like, man, let me get to the real shit y'all interested in. High tax this shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, that type.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, the weed dispensary's been making billions for this
Why?
alone.
They be like, y'all can't pay y'all bills, but y'all can smoke some weed. Let me tax that shit. Let me tax that shit then.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real talk. All right. This next clip is this Latin rapper. I think he's from California. Called himself Swifty Blue. All right. This punk participating in our culture, and this is what he had the nerve to say.
Appearance on the Bootleg Kev podcast,
I feel
and
like that happened so long ago because I keep seeing it, but this just happened.
it might have came out a week ago. I don't know,
It was
but
like a week ago.
it started getting attention because people clipped it and made a TikTok or a reel or whatever, and people really started talking about it. His basic statement was he wouldn't sign to a black person. He would not sign
Black record label.
He wouldn't sign to Diddy because he said it. I'm institutionalized in prison. We fuck with our race. And to him, it's like he just doesn't understand. He doesn't want anything to do with signing to somebody who's not Mexican, which I feel like, okay, when people
Politics that would come behind.
listen, when people make these statements in the positive, nobody gets offended, and when people make these statements in the negative, everybody gets offended. Example: when 21 Savage decided that he was going to sign to L.A. Reid, one of his reasons why was because he said it felt good to sign to a black man, right? Nobody got mad about that. People actually really liked that. It was kind of viral, right? Yeah. But then Swifty Blue says he wouldn't sign to a black guy. Now, if Swifty Blue had signed to a Mexican label and he said, I'm hyped to sign to a Mexican label, nobody would care. But for some reason, him saying that he's excluding people, that offends people. And
All right, I'm going to stop it there. All right. Now, I'm going to say this first of all. This is going to go into the discussion that's going on now with everyone trying to claim our culture. Fat Joe especially talking about saying Latinos been there from the jump. Now this Swifty Blue guy, he's like from the Latino culture. I don't know if he's Mexican, Hispanic, Puerto, I don't know what he is. But I seen the clip, so let me make a correction too. That clip what we just hearing was actually an audio clip of No Jumper discussing that. It wasn't Swifty Blue actually saying it. But I seen the clip of him saying that he would not sign to a black label, all right, because I'm institutionalized and whatever. So I understand that concept, but I think it's just the way that he said it came off as kind of racist. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like if Latinos were there from the beginning, like Fat Joe was talking about, then that means by the time Fat Joe got signed in the 90s, Latinos or whoever, Mexicans, whoever was there from so-called day one, they would have already had their own record labels established at that same time too, right? Mm-hmm. Then it would have been, then Fat Joe would have been able to be signed to one of those labels, right? So same thing with this cat. Where's all the damn Latino record labels that you can sign to? I guess they have them now. I guess he signed to his own crew, but I think the distinction is the fact that he was saying it at a time whereas it is okay that it's enough of them to sign themselves now, but the thing is, the way it came off, it sounded kind of racist and shit. I think I should have actually had the actual clip, but go ahead.
Well, I say it like this. People might love it or hate it, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Like he just said, if he would have came and stepped in a, you know what I'm saying, sounding in good faith, like I'm saying, hey, Dollar, you know, I'm happy to sign over here. I'm happy to sign and do black business with a black owner. Nothing to be said.
Right.
But being like, man, I don't want to go over there and sign to no black people on that side. You know, I'd rather stick with my race. I'm institutionalized. But they're going to say, if you say what you rather be hesitant to do versus what you're happy to do, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm happy to be over here. That implies that I'm happy, and I'm happy that this is a black record label. But when you say you won't sign, that's being hesitant, and that's coming like, I don't got no faith in y'all.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So let me cut y'all loose. So that's what that is. So you see what I'm
You
saying?
ain't got no faith in the people.
Had to get that distance real quick, right?
Create the culture that you're participating in.
But
That's
see,
crazy.
you know, but like what was you saying? He has. But let me say this. This is the problem. What's wrong with America? Everybody worries about what everybody else is saying and how they're saying it.
Right.
Now, what's wrong with a Latino wanting to be signed to a Latino label?
Nothing.
Right. So if that's his preference, what difference does it make if he says that or not? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything ain't for everybody.
True.
So if he says, well, hey, if he's, you know, got enough intelligence to say, hey, this is what I don't want to do. I'm putting my, you know, I got my boundaries, who I would work with. You got to respect that.
Right.
The problem is when a person hears something and they feel excluded, then it's a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
That's what it is.
No
Because they were like, well, why are you not giving me access?
Right. I feel you on that.
You see what I'm saying? So when they hear it, that's what it sounds like.
I feel you on that. I also say this too. If it was like, okay, say like Swifty Blue was doing salsa, right?
Right.
And salsa was hot, and black labels were signing salsa artists, right?
Right.
Left and right. It was mainly the Def Jams and the So Defs, just for the sake of argument, right?
Right.
And then here he come, a new salsa artist, and the labels are chomping at the bit to sign him, and then he makes the statement.
Right. Well, that's exclusiveness. You can't get mad at that. That's
Now,
what I'm
that
saying.
I would understand.
You can't get mad at that.
I would understand that.
That's like saying, oh, I'm going to go out into the world. A lot of people don't have a preference.
Right.
But some girls and some guys, they have a preference.
True. True.
You can't get mad at their preference. That's not your audience.
That's true.
Everything ain't for everybody.
That's true. That's true. I feel that. Good point. Good point. All right, here's a little comedy clip of Michael Blackson on Wild.
You so dark it look like somebody threw some fire at you. Your hair so nappy, I know when you comb it, it sound like firecrackers.
Shut up, everybody, shut up. Look at this short. You are shorter than my scene in the movie next Friday. Come here, mother sucker.
I'm on your ass.
You look like a dog and a nerd. You gonna rob me or email me, mother. Look at this. He look like Future's past.
Hey, man. That brother creative.
I like
That
Michael
brother he got some good jokes.
I like Michael Blackson. But here recently, he made a statement that was kind of foul, and I'm gonna say this right quick. We're gonna move on. He was talking about how he wouldn't let his kids attend school here or HBCUs. I'm paraphrasing, but something like that. So many words he was saying he wouldn't let his kids attend schools here because of the violence and shit like that, yada yada yada. And we were like, so FBA is like, okay, tell them, motherfucker, you got your career started with Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? You come over here, you get your career started. All this time now, you got a problem letting your kids go to school here. You know, it sounded really foul. It sounded really foul. I'm not trying to throw a jab at him, but I just want to put that on people's radar. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Honestly, I'm like, what would you, okay, let's look at it like this. You got a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you was able to get them into the best of anything or set them up for greatness, would you or wouldn't you?
I would.
Okay. So with that being said, think about it. If he says he don't want them to go to public schools, like they just found 2 guns in East Magnet School out in East Nashville.
Okay.
Some child brought 2 guns to school.
Damn.
Okay. So with the kind of climate we living in right now, that's just like Kanye and them. They ain't send their kids to public school.
Right.
It might be a high ritzy school or whatever.
Right.
A lot of people are doing homeschooling for their children. You know, especially since COVID, where they had to stay at home on the laptops anyway.
I agree, yeah.
So now it's all about giving your child the best advantages if you can.
Yeah.
And right now, yeah, look, I don't even know the statistics. I don't know if I claim I do, but we down a little bit on the graduates and IQ level compared to people like China and everything else.
Okay.
So my point is, give them the best opportunity that you can. Public schools sometimes ain't the best opportunity. It's too much drama in the schools.
It is.
You see what I'm saying?
It is.
You can make it where your child don't get distracted. You can make it that way. It might cost a little money, but you can make it that way.
You're right. You're right. It's gonna cost a little bit of scratch to
Yeah.
get it like that. Good point, fam. That's why it's the back and forth because we need that leveling. You know.
Hey, when you start making money, you can customize anything you want.
You're right. You're right. You're right. All right. Here's a clip of Tupac, which is very interesting, on the nature of women. Check this out.
A lot of girls, they've seen my face on TV so many times that that's what they want. They want to get associated with that person. It's the fame that gets these people. It is not me. It's the fame. Because I've watched females look at me when they didn't know who I was, and I can see it. Nothing. And then as soon as somebody whisper who I was, it's this glare in their eye. You make yourself want that person, you know?
How do you feel about that?
I don't understand how people could stand next to you 1 year and next year they cannot stand there. They just going crazy screaming. They just can't take it that you're right there. But just last year I was in the same club walking around lonely like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't get a date. Couldn't get nobody to dance with me. I was too skinny, too something. And now he's just adorable. He's just, oh.
Man, it's just like the radio. Think about it. You ain't never heard this song, so you probably skip it. You don't know what the hell it is. But once the machine get behind you, in his case, television, rap, stuff like that, when they start seeing you on TV, it's just like, man, you see that new chicken sandwich? Man, that Popeye chicken sandwich, fire the motherfucker, ain't it? Man, I done seen 5 or 6 commercials. I'm going to get one this evening. Oh, man, everybody else getting on. Man, it looks so good. And then they start to want to go get it. Just like the radio. You start hearing them songs. They say it take like, 7 times to hear a song? And then you start liking it and it kicks in? Right. So think about it. Same way. Think about all these people out here, like Michael Blackson. You just seen him, right? Not the most, whatever. He ain't no 10, right? But he been in so many movies, so many stand-ups. He's in the public eye. You want him because he's in the public eye.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Yeah. It is funny how it's like that because a lot of people, especially people who end up becoming public figures, athletes, actors, musicians, they always have that humbling story about when they was growing up in the projects, didn't have much, girls didn't pay them no attention, high school they couldn't get a date, you dirty, dusty motherfucker, and all of a sudden, he has a hit. And that same girl from the year before that shit on him, now she, hey Tony, you know, and telling all her friends, I know him, I went to school with him, but it wasn't like that shit before.
Correct. And see, that's the problem.
That's so foul. It's so foul.
Just like I was explaining to a person, be careful of who you shit on. Because of this right here. Let's take it for where dudes or a girl. The person that you probably wanted to holler at back then, and she didn't let you holler, or vice versa, then think about that person lose weight, get in shape, and then they do what is called the glow up, right? Now, you be like, oh man, she worthy now. She worthy. You go to call her, she don't give you the time of day. Why she don't give you the time of day? Just because her body changed, don't think her mind didn't change. She remembers when she was 300. Now when she down to 120 something, and everybody chirping at them heels now, you know what I'm saying? She gonna remember, oh, you didn't want me when I was big, so fuck you. You didn't want me when I was big, so fuck you. And that's all them dudes.
But you know what though? It's always that one dude that liked big girls anyways.
Right.
And he was just cool with it, never really tried to get at her, but just, treated her nice.
Right.
But then when she got right,
that part.
Want to knock that shit off.
That part. That part. So I be trying to tell people.
Nice to me.
Right. Shit.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to tell you, man.
It's like that. It can be. It is not just with money. You're right. It can be anything. Somebody lose weight all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Everybody want to holler and shit. You know what I'm saying? You get some money. Most definitely it's gonna happen. Even in the corporate space.
Just in a come up. Right.
Oh wow.
Your coworker who didn't like you, man. I was working with him last Sunday, man. Before he had his big. Now he the CEO.
Yeah.
Like cloud ass shit.
Yeah. You want to grab your joint?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. You good? Ooh. Yeah, man.
That shit crazy.
All right, cool. All right, this next clip is a short I found. It's very confusing. It's a money trick somebody did online. I'm just gonna play it. Let me see if anyone can figure this out.
I put 20, you put 20, I buy the whole stack for 30, and we both made a $10 profit.
No, because that can't be right.
Hold on. Let me play it one more time.
I put 20, you put 20, I buy the whole stack for 30, and we both made a $10 profit.
No, because
hold on now.
that can't be right.
Okay.
He said
I put 20,
You put up 20.
You put up 20. So that's 20 apiece.
So
Okay.
it's 40 on the table, right?
Right, but it's 20 apiece.
Right.
I buy the whole stack
For 10.
for 30.
Oh, he said for 30. Okay, for
Yeah,
30.
right.
Right.
So 20 to me, 20 to you, and then I turn around and buy the stack for 30. He did make $10. Now, if you put in 20 and he bought the whole stack for 30 and you take it, you did make $10 because you only put in 20.
Right.
But the kicker is when you put in 20 and I put in 20 and I bought the stack for 30, that was my $10 profit.
Oh, I see now.
You see what I'm saying?
I see now. I see now. I see that.
You
Damn.
see what I'm saying?
Woo, I had to take somebody else's fucking.
See, do it again.
Okay.
Just watch it.
I put 20, you put 20.
Okay, it's 20.
I buy
Stop.
the whole stack
Pause
for
it.
30, and we both made it.
See?
Right.
He said, you put 20, I put 20. 20, 20. We both even.
Right.
I buy the whole stack for 30. I didn't ask you to put in nothing else.
Right.
So that's 20, 20. I buy it for 30. I take that. So now I got 40. You got 20, but you take it. I bought it from you from 30. And then we both made $10 a piece. See, do it. We'll do this one more time.
I put 20, you put 20. I put 20, you put 20.
Okay, it's a 20.
Right.
I buy the whole stack for 30.
Yep.
Okay, it's the whole stack for 30.
Right, but he just bought the 40 stack for 30.
He bought the 40 stack for $30.
He made $10.
He made
$10.
$10. He spent $30 to buy $40.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
How much did you put in? You
Just
did
20.
Just 20.
Right.
Right.
And we both made a $10 profit.
How did I make a $10 profit, though?
Okay. So
Okay, I put in 20.
I
You
put in 20. Right. 20 and 20.
You buy the stack
For 30.
for 30.
Right. So right now, I had in the 20. Then it went to, hold on.
Hold on. When here's the trick. He said, I'm buying the stack for 30. Who's he buying the stack from? Not from himself or from the other person that put the 20 in. So who actually is, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold up.
That's what's confusing.
See, I'm thinking it's like, you put in 20, I put in 20. That's 40 at the pot.
Right.
So we already negative that in the hole. Hold on, we already negative both 20 in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I pull out another 30. So now I'm negative 50 in the hole. Think about it.
Right, because you just put in
Right,
50.
right.
I mean,
No,
the
30.
bring your-
Negative
bring out your pocket
to negative
$50.
50. You still on negative 20.
Right. And then
Now-
then he turned around and said, we both made a $10 profit.
Because if,
He just got the money in his pocket right back.
no, he didn't make a $10 profit. He made a $10, what's that
lost
word?
$10?
He lost $10. So okay, so think about it. You got that. We both start off in negative 20 because we both put down 20.
Right.
Now I went to negative 50 because I bought the 40.
That's what it was.
You see what I'm saying?
So the person with the other 20, they didn't make nothing in.
The person with the other 20
Didn't get
actually
anything
made $10. Yes, they did.
from the 30.
From him buying the extra negative. Think about it. You only put in 20.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
so
see
it's
what you're
like
saying. I
it's
see
like
what you're
me,
saying. Okay.
you, me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you would have had to do something, but you didn't do something like it wasn't your turn. So think about it: negative 20, negative 20. Then I had to go again. So I went further in the hole at 50, negative 50.
Right.
Okay. Now once I took the 40,
Right.
so I'm down still negative 10.
But the
other person just got the 30 pound.
Right.
And they just took that.
So he lost 10 and they gained 10.
Right.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Anybody got any questions? Go in the comment and make it make sense. And that's we're gonna go from there.
Big facts.
It's just crazy. All right, now here's a quick invention hack that really blew my mind. Check this out.
This is the most creative invention I have ever seen. Using only 2 spark plugs and a round magnet, it makes the bulb light up. Such an invention can save a lot of money on electricity bills in rural areas. I'm going to share the process with you. First, prepare 2 spark plugs and a small coil of copper wire, and a base for the light bulb. Then use hot melt glue to attach the spark plugs to the wooden board. Use more glue to avoid loosening. Then use a small tube and wrap the copper wire around it a few times. Then take the wire off and stretch it a little. Then put a little incense on both ends of the wire. Then solder the copper wire to the spark plug. Then take out 2 identical lengths of power cable. Connect them to the base of the bulb. Then put hot melt glue in the base screw holes. Fix it to the wooden board. Then remove the protective glue from the power cable. Solder to the other end of the spark plug. Finally, twist the bulb on. Take out the round magnet and put it close to the spark plug. See how it works. This is an invention that makes the bulb light up without using electricity. To light up without electricity. And there you have it.
Now, is that any kind of bulb? Like any kind of wattage? 60 watt, 100 watts?
I would imagine however you would go. Well, with that one, that was probably like maybe 60 watts, something low.
Watts is good.
Yeah, something low. But I really think that they have so many other ways for us to do things around here, but they choose to keep the resources as they are.
It's a capitalist.
You see what I'm saying? They be like, man, if everybody knew how to do that, they'll start buying magnets and shit, put them on the side of their house.
Yeah.
I mean, big industrial strength.
But what happened is the light company will start trying to install that shit.
Yeah, or if not that, they'll try to just shut it down.
They'll try to meter it.
They'll try, yeah.
Or shut it down.
You can't have nothing for free.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the trickery.
But that right there is a hell of a hack, just in case somebody power go out, and it may go out for a few days. They may not have them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That right there can hold it down. Now that's just for light. Now anything like refrigerator, stove, I understand.
Right.
But just to see your way through the house, that's dope as shit.
I mean, you know.
That's dope as shit, dude. And you're right. Ain't no telling
what alternate forms of resources they got to do things.
Yeah.
You know, of course we know about the wind turbines, solar panels, but you see how strong that magnet was. You didn't see no cord going to plug in nothing in that wall.
Nothing.
So that means it's damn near like pulling it out of thin air.
Damn near, right?
Right. Damn. So think about it. You think they're not using that on a grand scale?
Damn, you're right.
So, but y'all choose to give us these resources. Electricity, power cables, and all that. Y'all know y'all could probably do something better than that by now.
Yeah.
But y'all choose to keep us dated on purpose.
True.
Cut down a lot of money like that if we knew the truth.
I feel it. I believe they got that car that can run on water.
Yeah.
You know.
I seen somebody with a Ferrari or something like that, or Lambo or something crazy, but it looked like a speedboat, but it looked like a car.
Yeah, it's all kind of shit out here, but I believe there's other ways that good hacks that people can do to get around some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? They just keep us tied to their slave ass fucking way of doing things, buying oil and gas. Because if you look, all the technology that's advanced over the years, I mean, look, it's a great time to be alive right now. Look at all this fucking great technology.
Yep.
Everything's at your fingertip. Any information you want can be fact checked. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's also dangerous too.
I know that too. But at the same time, why haven't they advanced cars to move beyond gas?
They have.
I mean, they have like the electrical,
like Tesla cars.
Yeah, what they call them, not electric, it's another name. But you know what I'm saying, I guess, whatever. But at the same time, it's not on a mass scale.
Right.
Everyone should be able to be having these cars.
Was the DVD player on a mass scale at first?
No.
Think about it, when they had stuff coming up, the internet wasn't on a vast scale. It was DSL, all that bull crap. So, right. So now everything is, the more things go down in price. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing when we had that first VCR.
Man,
you see what I'm saying?
First came out, I was like,
man, what?
$700.
When we finally got one with the forehead version.
Forehead, man.
Okay.
Ooh, that was like that version of HD.
Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. So you got to think about it. It's always when it come out first. Yeah, they got cars now that you can get out and it can back itself back into a spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Lil Baby got one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you could control from the outside.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, man, it's just like as things become more accessible, like Blu-ray, man, you had to have some money to have a Blu-ray player in your house back in certain points of the day.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? Cheap.
Very cheap, very affordable. Yeah, you're right. So I guess once it comes down to consumer,
Right.
whatever.
Consumer floor.
Yeah, it'll be able to. Everyone will be able to have them cars that back up. You'll be able to see that all over the place now.
Right.
I still haven't seen nobody do that yet. I'm pretty sure somebody here has it, but I just wasn't in around them
Right.
or in that area to see it happen. But once, because like right now, I've been seeing these affordable Teslas. That's what I call these affordable Teslas on the road now. Because you're right. Because first when Tesla first came out, not a lot of people was driving them. Just
Nope.
a handful.
Yep.
Now they got one that's consumer ready, and everybody's damn near driving one now.
Yep.
You know, and they 4 doors.
But guess what? They also, whoever had that contract to put the electric component in parking garages for them to plug up to, that company done made tons of money all over the states.
Man, yeah.
Because everybody got Teslas now.
Man, don't they, man?
Trendy.
Yep. All right. Here's a regular that always come up on the show. I got Charleston White.
Duh.
And here's him explaining his beef with rappers, why it don't make sense for rappers to beef with him. Check it out.
The wise street niggas, because you have to have wisdom to exercise what he did. The wise street niggas know, homie, this nigga is on the internet and he playing internet games, and you'll get put in jail fucking with this nigga, homie. Because what happens is whoever argues with him, it's just like Frank Lucas going to the boxing match with the hat on and the motherfucking mink coat on. Them people didn't know he sold heroin and drug till he showed up and got their attention. Why would you come get this attention when I'm telling you who gonna be looking?
So why do you think that there are rappers that still, why wouldn't they follow in Boosie's footsteps?
Because they don't have the light Boosie has. They want the status that you could get from fucking with me. There's a status symbol, homie, you get for fucking with me now.
Yeah, but it's a risk, especially if you're not living. If you're not,
they sold dope.
Yeah.
They rather do this than shoot up the block.
Wow. All right, your take on that.
Well, I mean, kind of got a point. But I say this. Think about it. He's talking about who's going to be looking, right? And the gangster movies, you know, Frank Lucas and all of that.
Right.
True. It's only 2 ways to go about it. And I always say, think about Scarface. Scarface was doing his thing on Underground. He was shaking it. You know what I'm saying? The movie. He got hooked up with Sosa. He was shaking it.
Yeah.
Sosa asked for that favor. Go put the bomb up under the car, kill a dude and his family.
Right.
When you're in that deep, as some of these people be in life, when you in that deep, I'm trying to tell you, you have to follow through or you will crash out. I'm going to tell you why. Tony ended up crashing out.
Yeah.
Think about if he would have killed that, he probably would have got extra dope on consignment and all kind of, they would have thrown parties for that nigga and everything would have been back to business as usual.
Right.
So when you done already did everything that you've already done, sell the drugs, make the threats, do the beef, do the everything, and you get money, you have to follow through because the moment you stop following through, game over for you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Tony. You see what I'm saying? But the same way talking about that's who's gonna be looking when it comes to the Frank Lucas thing, right? If y'all can't tell by now, he'll call the police on y'all because that's part of his niche, his little stitch. You know, he getting famous for doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he talking all that stupid shit, let him be ignorant. You see what I'm saying? Let him be ignorant. Now, he done said some bold statements about a lot of people lately.
True.
A lot of religions. He's shaking it up in the world.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody kill him, you see what I'm saying? Keep it quiet. I'm not, I mean, no, let me say.
No, I know what you're saying.
No, but it's a YouTube formality.
Yeah.
Delete him,
Yeah.
then who's to blame? You see what I'm saying? Now, keep in mind, I'm telling everybody this because I always say this. Show me a black man who has a legacy without any tarnishment on it at all. And I'll wait.
Boy, if you can see the files running through my head right now, I'm trying to pick up a black man. Shit.
You can't.
And I can't.
You can't. That's the whole trick question to what I just asked you. You can't. Because I don't care who it is, they can be great, wonderful, did so much for black, white, humanity, but guess what? If you're black, you're going to get it tarnished somehow. Yeah. Okay?
You're not going to escape that.
No, you're not. That's just like joining the club. It is no unicorn in that exception. Not for us, to be real, not for us.
Even if it takes 30 years like Will Smith.
Man, they going to pin something on you to tarnish your legacy.
30 years to self-tarnish his shit.
So, you know what I'm saying? You got all types of people. You can't name one, bro.
You're absolutely right. I can't think of
And that's sad that you can't name one.
That's really sad.
Yeah, but that's the way it's designed. We're going to always have a tarnish on our shit.
But I will say this, though. With the exception of people like Kanye West and whoever I just mentioned a moment ago, I'm sorry. There are some people who had that tarnish next to their name that didn't play a role in it. It was kind of sabotaged to be on there, like this asterisk in their life. Now.
Yeah, it could be a narrative or whatever that people want to run with it. But the whole thing, in a nutshell, is you will always get tarnished.
Yeah, but those cats out there, dude is out there dangling and baiting your face.
Yeah.
So if you bite on that and you get messed up by that, he warned you. He warned you, you know. But I got a feeling, you know, somebody gonna check him. I don't know how that check is gonna end up being, but he'll end up finally getting a G check somewhere down the line.
Yep.
I hope it's not fatal. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Hope it's not either.
I don't wish nothing like that on their brother, but I think he's gonna end up catching the bad one. And I mean that in a way that's, hey homie, you know, like brother just putting another brother in place, even if it means putting a few paws on him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just hoping it's not fatal. You know.
Yeah.
If it is, I'm gonna miss those clips.
Man, you stupid. You stupid.
I was just joking, YouTube. Damn.
That shit funny.
All right. Hit this last clip. A cat named Jack Knight. I believe that was his name. Young comedian, passed away here recently. Here's a clip. Very interesting too. Check it out.
I don't know if you know this, but there's a civil war going on between old black dudes and young black dudes. Old niggas hate us. Any older cousin, uncle, nigga named Darnell, they don't want nothing to do with us. I came home for Thanksgiving wearing pink socks. This nigga spit stuffing out. Why all y'all gay? I was like, you just met my girlfriend, nigga. I don't even know how to answer that question. And it pisses me off that old niggas do that. Be like, why y'all act like that? Why y'all weird? Why y'all act like that? Why y'all weird? The government. The same way you acted weird when you were young, because of the government. The FBI wanted to destroy black men so we could never build equity in our communities, so they wanted us to be detached from our families, so they made economic obstacles. The prison system flooded us with drugs, so subsequently it would lead to a generation of black men raised by their grandmas and their moms, just like me, creating a generation of sassy-ass niggas.
Well, take it from the youth. Is he lying?
Hey, well, I mean, nah, I don't think he lying. Even Tupac said we got a name from a woman and got our game from a woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it could be some truth to that. Yeah. You know, you're only going to be raised around one parent. If you're only going to be raised around one parent, then of course you might take on their mannerisms or how they talk to you and stuff like that. Yeah. 'Cause that's the only thing you've seen in the household. Yeah. You see, some people didn't get their sense of camaraderie with another male or studying another male or being around another male because what's the first thing they say? You can't come around my kids. You can't come around my kids. I understand why you're saying that, but you also it's like For instance, you know how children don't want to play because they don't see kids?
Yeah.
Kind of the same effect. They want to be around something that they know they're supposed to be around, like a man and learning from a man. But if they ain't there, what are they supposed to do? Do you see what I'm saying? Right, you either learn on your own TV, movies, you know, you might talk to your mama, you might take some of her mannerisms, you might take some of her what she say, you know, all depend on who you've been around.
That's true. That's true.
So the more isolated you are and the more, you know, the father in the household, you might continue to have those. And especially with this LGBTQ going on. So now they just might just
a lot of older people, I don't think they just hate the younger kids.
Right.
It's just
can't relate.
They just can't relate, and a lot of the stuff they just don't understand.
No.
Like a lot of older people don't know what non-binary is. They don't know what these new pronouns and shit is. They don't know how to, you know, we talking about people that was 20 years old in 1940 something.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So now here they are. Here it is, 2022. They damn near 100.
Right.
They're still pushing on. Thank goodness. But at the same time, this is all new to them, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm not to cut you off, but not only are they trying their best to fucking keep up with the new technology, but damn, this new shit, non-binary, him, her, thee, that. I mean, it's like, what's up with all this shit?
And guess what? It's another short going around. Well, a child changed theirs at school.
I saw that.
And the school is not allowed to tell.
I know. They're not
the parent.
They're not allowed to tell the parent.
Like, are you crazy? That's
foul.
If I leave my child in your supervision, that means I left me in your supervision. That means you have to tell me what my child is doing. Right. Right.
See, something like that, when they didn't inform the parent, that is nefarious in itself, dude.
Yeah.
You know. But little bro, rest in peace to the little comedian cat. But my thing is, I don't think old cats there's hate young kids. It's just that a lot of us don't quite understand. Me personally, I try to make sure I'm up on all the slang,
right? Up
on all the new technology, how to operate the new technology. I don't want to be having my son, Will, come here, I don't want to do none of that shit.
Right.
I don't mind I have a saying, the only person that can show me some new shit is my kids. That's it. I don't want any of these kids in the streets. I want to be able to fucking keep up with them. I want to show their ass something. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know the kids gonna, like, what's the saying go? You're never too old to learn, you're never too young to teach. I know how that works. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these older people don't understand some of this new stuff, man.
Right.
It's just way over our heads. Really is. Yeah.
True that.
Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Can't think of nothing at the moment, so we good for right now. But I would like to say, and don't forget to hit the like button, because it costs nothing to be nice.
True that. Hit that like, subscribe, share, comment, retweet, whatever it is you got to do out there to get the word out. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Dollar Bill Sco. It's my guy GetMo in the house right here in Tennessee. And as I always say, it's FBA versus everybody and preserve the culture. Peace.